The alarm screams through the mining base on Prime. Dr. Lisa Monroe stops moving her data tablet. The red lights flash above her head in the research station. She knows what this means. The collective does not sound alarms for small problems. She stands up from her desk and walks to the window. Outside, the dust of Prime covers everything. The mining equipment sits still in the distance. The sky is a deep purple color, different from the sky on Earth. But the fear in Lisa's chest is something she knows well. Fear is the same everywhere in the galaxy. The comm system crackles to life. The voice of Commander Vex comes through, cold and without emotion. All personnel report to the evacuation shuttle bay. This is not a drill. Move now. Lisa does not waste time asking questions. She grabs her emergency pack from her desk drawer. She has prepared for this moment since she arrived on this planet 2 years ago. All scientists who work with the collective learn early that safety is not guaranteed. The collective values their work, but they value their ships and their profit more. She moves through the corridor of the base. The walls hum with the sound of the power generators shutting down. The lights flicker. She sees 3 other humans running ahead of her. There is David, the communications technician. There is Sarah, the equipment specialist. There is the medical officer. These 4 are the only humans on this base. The rest of the staff are, and they have already evacuated 2 hours ago. What is happening? Sarah calls out to Lisa as they run together. Combat situation, Lisa says. She does not know this for certain, but she can feel it. The way the base shakes tells her that large ships are fighting somewhere in the sky above them. We need to get to the shuttle bay. They reach the hangar. The shuttle sits there, small and old. It is not a military vessel. It is a cargo transport used to move supplies from the ships to the base. There are no weapons on this shuttle. There is no armor plating. There is only fuel and hope. The pilot, a young officer named, waves them forward. His blue skin is pale with stress. Get in now. We launch in 30 seconds. They climb into the shuttle. Lisa finds a seat and straps in. She can see out the side window. In the black space above the planet, lights are firing. Ships move in patterns that show confusion and fear. She does not recognize the design of the attacking vessel. The ship is sleek and dangerous looking, with strange angles that cut through space like a knife. The shuttle engines ignite. The ground below falls away. Lisa watches as the mining base gets smaller. She thinks about the 2 years she spent there, studying the alien bacteria in the soil, cataloging the minerals, writing reports that almost no one would ever read. It all feels very small now. We are docking with the capital ship, announces. His hands move across the controls. Sweat drips down his face. 30 seconds to docking. The shuttle shakes. Lisa grips the armrest. Something explodes somewhere outside. The sound is distant but clear. The shuttle lurches to the left, makes a sound like a curse in his own language. Docking clamps locked, he says. Move to the main vessel now. They unbuckle and push themselves through the interior door. The main ship hums around them. It is much larger than the shuttle, a true carrier. But Lisa can feel the fear in the ship's movements. The engines are running at maximum power. The ship is turning away from the battle. Lisa finds an observation window in the corridor. She looks back at the planet. The attacking ship is still firing. The main ship shudders as energy weapons pass close to its hull. Then, something terrible happens. The ship jumps to hyperspace. The process is instantaneous. The planet vanishes. The attacking ship vanishes. The stars stretch and bend into lines of blue and white light. And then everything becomes normal again, but they are now somewhere else entirely. Prime is gone. Lisa stands in the corridor, her hands pressed against the window. She understands immediately what has happened. The base has been abandoned. The 4 humans who were left behind are still on that planet. No, she whispers. She turns and moves quickly through the ship. She needs to reach the command center. She needs to find someone in authority. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe they did not know the humans were still there. The command center is chaos. Officers move between stations. The captain of the vessel, an old female named, stands in the center and points to locations on a star map. She does not look up when Lisa enters. "Captain," Lisa says. Her voice sounds strange in her own ears. "We left personnel on the base. 4 humans were not evacuated." Captain finally looks at Lisa. Her expression is empty and cold. "The evacuation was complete. All non-essential personnel were removed." "I was working in the lab," Lisa says. "I know that 4 humans were still on the base. There was no official recall. The evacuation protocol was broken." Turns back to her map. "The situation required immediate departure. Those personnel will be rescued when the situation improves. The Empire has sent military vessels into this sector. We cannot risk the ship." "The distress beacon," Lisa says. "We can activate the base distress beacon. Other vessels can find them." "The base systems are offline," another officer says. "Emergency power failed during evacuation. There is no beacon." Lisa feels her chest become tight. She knows that the base emergency power does not fail. She designed the secondary power system. It is built to last for months without input, which means they did not activate it. They made sure that no distress signal could reach anyone. "This is murder," Lisa says. Her voice is very quiet now. "This is necessity," Captain replies. She turns back to her work. "You are dismissed, Doctor." Lisa walks out of the command center. Her mind is spinning. David, Sarah. They are alone on a planet with no way to call for help, no way to signal anyone, no food beyond what they carried, no shelter beyond the mining base, and the collective will not tell anyone they are there. She moves through the corridors of the ship to the quarters they have given her. The room is small and metal, like all design. She sits on the bunk and stares at the wall. She thinks about what she knows. She thinks about what she has learned. She thinks about the communication codes that she has seen in her work. She thinks about the banned technologies, the things that the collective says humans are not supposed to use. She thinks about how to break the law. And then she thinks about David and Sarah, and she thinks about how they trusted her to get them to safety. She thinks about how that trust was broken by forces beyond anyone's control. Lisa Monroe makes a decision. She will find a way to contact someone. She will find a way to tell the galaxy what happened, and she will not do it quietly. She will do it in a way that they cannot ignore. She closes her eyes and begins to plan. The space station at New Seattle orbits the planet Harmony like a silent guardian. Below, green forests and blue oceans spread across the world. The colony has been built by humans over 15 years. They have created something that works, something that shows the galaxy that humans can build more than weapons. They can build homes. Sits in the communications center. She is the chief communications officer for the colony. Her job is to monitor all signals coming and going from New Seattle. Most days, her work is routine. She listens to merchant ships requesting docking permission. She receives news from Earth and other human colonies. She sends reports to human government stations across the galaxy. Today, something is different. The monitor in front of her shows a signal. The signal is very weak. It uses an encoding pattern that recognizes. It is a collective encryption code, but the pattern is wrong. It is being broadcast on an emergency frequency. It is being broadcast in a way that breaks protocol. Leans forward. She adjusts the frequency controls. The signal becomes clearer. It is definitely a distress beacon, but it is hidden inside a normal communication pattern. Someone was very careful about how they sent this message. Someone did not want others to notice it. She runs the encryption analysis. The computer works for several seconds. Then, the result appears on her screen. The beacon originated in the Zephyr sector at coordinates that match the mining colony on Prime. The beacon was activated 3 hours ago. Knows the rules. The collective has made it very clear that humans are not to interfere with their operations. The agreement was signed 2 years ago. Humans can mine their own worlds and conduct their own business, but they cannot interfere with business. If they do, the consequences will be severe. But also knows something else. No one broadcasts a distress beacon on an illegal frequency unless they are truly desperate. No one hides their signal unless they are being left behind. No one reaches out to humans unless everyone else has refused to help. She saves the signal to her private file. She does not make a report to the standard log. Instead, she stands up and walks out of the communications center. She needs to speak to Captain Griffin. She needs to speak to him now. Griffin commands the Colonial Defense Force. He is a military officer who has chosen to work for the colony rather than for the Earth military. He made this choice because he believes in what humans are trying to build on harmony. He believes in doing the right thing, even when it is difficult. Finds him in the command center looking at patrol reports, is tall and calm. He has seen combat in his past. He knows what war looks like, but he also knows what it looks like to do nothing while people are dying. "We need to talk," says, "private." Follows her to a sealed conference room, plays the signal for him. She explains what she found. She explains what the beacon means. She explains that the only way humans would be broadcasting on an illegal frequency is if they had no other choice. Listens without speaking. When finishes, he is silent for a long time. "This could destroy everything we have built," says. "The collective will say we are interfering. They will say we are breaking the agreement. We could lose trade privileges. We could lose peaceful status in this sector." "Yes," says, "or we could lose 4 human lives because we were too afraid to help them." Nods slowly. "I need to speak with Governor Hayes." They go to the governor's office. Hayes is older than. She has led the colony since its founding. She has made the hard decisions that kept humans alive when the galaxy wanted to dismiss them or destroy them. She listens to and explains the situation. She listens to the beacon signal. "They will be angry," Governor Hayes says. "They will send complaints to Earth. They will threaten to end our trade agreements." "Yes," says, "but the alternative is leaving 4 humans to die alone on a hostile planet." Governor Hayes closes her eyes. She thinks about what humans are supposed to be. She thinks about the values that the colonies were built on. She thinks about what it means to be human in a galaxy that does not understand what that means. "Do it," she says. "Mount the rescue operation. Use the Endeavor as your flagship. Take 2 support vessels, and do not return without them." Salutes, he turns to leave, but Governor Hayes calls him back. "They will send a ship to stop you," she says. "You understand this, yes?" "Yes," says, "I understand." "Then you understand that you may have to fight them. You may have to choose between going home and leaving them. What will you do?" Looks at him. They both know the answer. "We will get them," says, "whatever it takes." Begins the work of assembling a rescue force. He selects his best pilots. He chooses experienced medical personnel. He chooses engineers who can repair damaged systems. He prepares supplies for a long journey. He prepares weapons, hoping he will not need to use them. Meanwhile, reaches out to the weak signal. She knows she cannot broadcast directly. That would give away Lisa's position to the if they are monitoring. Instead, finds a way to increase the signal's strength. She finds a way to make a connection that is harder to detect. When Lisa's voice comes through the receiver, knows that everything is about to change. "This is Dr. Lisa Monroe," the voice says. "The signal is broken and weak, but the meaning is clear. I am stranded on Prime. 3 other humans are with me. The collective abandoned us during the attack. I am broadcasting on an illegal frequency. I do not know who will receive this message. I do not know if anyone will come, but I am asking for help. I am asking for any human who hears this to know that we are alive. I am asking them to remember that no human should be left behind." Hands are shaking as she takes notes. She records the message. She encrypts it and sends it to. She sends it to Governor Hayes. She sends it to every human military station she can reach. And then she waits to see if humanity will answer the call. 3 hours later, the Endeavour launches from New Seattle, stands on the bridge and watches as the planet Harmony falls away. He has no guarantee that they will succeed. He has no guarantee that they will survive the journey, but he knows that leaving people behind was never an option. The ship jumps to hyperspace. The rescue mission has begun, and far away on Prime, 4 humans huddle in the darkness and wait to see if anyone is coming to save them. Lisa Monroe receives a signal that was encoded the way she taught it to be encoded. The signal is very simple. It contains only 4 words: "We are coming for you." For the first time since the evacuation, Lisa cries, not from sadness but from something else, from the knowledge that humans do not leave their own behind, from the knowledge that somewhere in the galaxy, people who she has never met are risking everything to bring her home. The rescue fleet moves through space. 3 human ships travel together in the darkness. The Endeavour is the largest, a military frigate with weapons and armor. 2 smaller support vessels travel with it. The journey to Prime will take 3 weeks through hyperspace. Sits on the bridge of the Endeavour. He has not left the command center in 18 hours. He does not sleep. He does not eat much. He watches the navigation systems and listens to his voice coming through the communication lines from New Seattle. Has found a way to receive Lisa's signals more clearly. She has set up a relay station that bounces the transmissions across the galaxy in patterns that are hard to detect. Lisa has been sending reports about her situation. The news is not good. Food supplies will last 8 more days, Lisa says through the crackling signal. Was bitten by one of the native creatures during an expedition to find fresh water. The wound has become infected. I have treated it with what medical supplies we have, but he needs proper medical care. David is losing hope. Sarah is strong, but she is looking to me for solutions that I do not have. Listens to every word. He feels the weight of their lives on his shoulders. He is the one who decided to come. He is the one who will be responsible if this mission fails. "We are making good time," responds. Her voice is steady and professional. "The Endeavour will arrive in 18 days. Keep your people together, keep them alive." "I will try," Lisa says. Then the signal goes quiet. On the 7th day of travel, the sensors of the Endeavour detect a ship. It is a vessel. It is moving toward the human rescue fleet at high speed. "They are hailing us," the communications officer announces. "They are ordering us to stop and reverse course immediately." Leans forward. He does not change his expression. "Open a channel, let them hear me." The channel opens. The voice of an officer comes through. The voice is angry. "Human vessel, you are in violation of the trade agreement signed by your government. The mining operations on Prime are the exclusive property of the collective. Your presence in this sector is unauthorized. Turn your ships around now, or we will fire upon you." Takes a deep breath. He thinks about what it means to be human. He thinks about the agreement that says humans cannot interfere with business. He thinks about the 4 humans dying on a planet because the collective decided their lives were not important. "This is Captain Griffin of the human colony New Seattle," he says. "We are conducting a rescue operation. We are going to Prime. We are going to bring home 4 human citizens who were abandoned during your evacuation. You can stand aside or you can try to stop us, but we are going to bring them home." There is a long silence. Then the officer speaks again. "You are making a grave mistake, human. Your government has agreed to stay out of our operations. When this is over, there will be consequences. Your colony will be isolated. Your trade will be cut off. Your reputation will be destroyed." "Then that is the price," says, "but no human will be left behind." The Endeavour does not change course. It continues toward Prime at maximum speed. The ship falls back. It does not fire. It does not attack. Instead, it follows, broadcasting warnings and threats but doing nothing to stop the human rescue. Realizes then that the officer was not ordered to stop them. The collective is embarrassed by what happened on Prime. They abandoned humans and then tried to hide it. If they open fire on a rescue ship, the entire galaxy will know the truth. They will look like monsters. So they follow and complain, but they do not attack. On the 12th day, the second support ship reports a technical failure. Its engines are losing power. Decides to reduce speed slightly so the damaged ship can keep pace. This will delay the arrival by 2 days. 2 more days that will have to survive with an infected wound. 2 more days that David will have to hold on to hope. 2 more days that Lisa will have to keep them all alive. But will not leave anyone behind. Not the support ship, not the people on Prime. Sends more messages from Lisa. The situation is becoming critical, is running a high fever. The infection is spreading. Sarah has collapsed from exhaustion. David has stopped responding to Lisa's questions. He sits in the darkness and does not speak. We cannot hold on much longer, Lisa says. Her voice is breaking now. The composure she has maintained is cracking under the weight of what is happening. I need you to know that if we do not survive, it was not your fault. They did this. But I want you to know that I am proud to be human. I am proud that someone came. I am proud that we did not die alone. Stands up from his seat. He walks to the nearest wall and strikes it with his hand. The pain is sharp and real. His crew watches him. They understand what he is feeling. Maximum speed, orders. Damage the engines if you must, but we accelerate now. Sir, the engineer says, if we push too hard, we risk catastrophic failure. Then we fail, says, but we do not arrive too late to save them. The Endeavor's engines scream. The ship vibrates from the stress of the acceleration. The support ships fall further behind, but the Endeavor moves faster. The journey that should take 3 weeks is being completed in 2.5 weeks. The ship that has been following them falls away. It cannot match the human speed, has gone past the point of caution. He is racing toward Prime like a machine designed for one purpose only, to save the people who are waiting there. Continues to receive Lisa's signals, but they are becoming weaker. Sometimes Lisa's voice does not come at all, sometimes only static, sometimes a single word, still here. Sometimes just breathing, so knows that Lisa is still alive. On the day before arrival, the signal almost vanishes completely. Struggles to hear Lisa's voice through the noise. When finally she hears it, the words are barely intelligible. Lisa says it is not a professional communication, it is personal. If you can hear this, if you are close enough to hear this, I want you to know something is not going to make it. I'm a scientist. I know the biology of infection. His body is shutting down. Sarah woke up for a moment and asked me how long. David is dead. He was sitting next to me and then he stopped breathing. I do not know when it happened. I do not know how long he has been gone. I am asking you to come. Please come. Come before there is no one left to save. The communication ends. Immediately contacts. She does not need to say anything. Is already looking at the navigation display. Prime is showing up on the sensors. They are almost there. The Endeavor breaks through the planet's atmosphere. The mining base is below. The ship descends through the purple sky like an angel coming down from heaven. And on the ground, in a small room of the base, Lisa Monroe watches the ship enter the atmosphere and knows that she is saved. The Endeavor breaks through the clouds of Prime. Below, the mining base is a small dark shape against the dust. Watches the planet fill the. He has traveled across the galaxy to reach this place. Now that he is here, the moment feels surreal. The journey that took so much effort is coming to an end. Sensors show one battle cruiser in orbit, the weapons officer announces. It is maintaining position between our ship and the planet. Feels his shoulders go tight. He had not expected the Empire to still be here. He had thought they would retreat after attacking the collective. Now a new problem has appeared. They are known to be aggressive. They are not known to be merciful. Hail them, orders. Find out their intentions. The communications officer works at her station. After several seconds, a voice comes through the speakers. The voice belongs to a commander. His name is. He speaks in a deep tone that sounds like grinding stone. Human vessel Endeavor, I am commander of the Empire. I have been observing your approach to this planet. I have been monitoring your communications with the human scientist on the surface. I have studied your behavior during this rescue operation. I have a choice to make. I can allow your rescue to proceed, or I can destroy your ships. What do you think I should do, Captain Griffin? Feels his heart beating faster. This is a moment where everything could end. This is a moment where the decision of one alien commander determines whether his people live or die. Commander says slowly, I do not know what you will do, but I know what I will do. I will land my ship. I will bring my people to the surface. I will rescue the humans who are stranded there. I will not fire on you unless you fire on me first. And I will believe that you are a being of honor who understands what it means to leave no one behind. There is silence on the communication line. Wonders if this was the wrong thing to say. He wonders if he has made a final mistake. Then Commander speaks again. Your words are interesting, human. I have watched the collective abandon their own during our conflict. I have watched them try to hide what they did. I have watched humans from another world risk everything to save people they do not know. This is unusual behavior. This is behavior that they do not understand. The value profit, the value safety, the value themselves, but you value something else. You value each other. You value honor. This is the quality that the Empire respects. Land your ship, human. Conduct your rescue. I will not interfere. Releases a breath he did not know he was holding. Thank you, Commander, thank you. Do not thank me, replies. Conduct your rescue. Live up to the values you have spoken. Then we will talk about what comes next. The Endeavor begins its descent toward the mining base. Landing struts extend from the hull. The ship settles onto the dust of Prime with a heavy crunch. The engines power down. The doors open, and leads a rescue team down the ramp toward the base entrance. The mining base is dark and cold. The power has been failing for days. Lisa had been rationing electricity to keep life support systems running, and his team moved through the corridors with lights and weapons ready. They do not know what dangers the planet holds. They do not know what has happened to the people inside. They find Lisa in the main laboratory. She is sitting on the floor next to his body, is no longer alive. His chest does not move. His eyes are closed. Lisa is holding his hand. She does not move when enters the room. Dr. Monroe says gently, I am Captain Griffin. I am here to bring you home. Lisa looks up. Her eyes are hollow with exhaustion and grief, but when she sees, something changes in her face. She sees a living human from her world. She sees someone who came when everything told them not to come. He is gone, Lisa says. She speaks without emotion. She is too tired to feel emotion anymore. David is in the main observation room. Sarah is in medical. She is alive, but barely. Kneels down next to Lisa. He gently takes body in his arms. He carries it with respect. Death is death and deserves honor even in death. We will bring them both back, says. They will be remembered. The medical team moves through the base. They find Sarah in the medical section. She is conscious but delirious from fever and dehydration. They load her onto a medical stretcher. The paramedics start fluids and begin treating her wounds. In the observation room, they find David. David is no longer alive. He has been gone for at least 2 days. They recover his body with the same respect they gave to. Lisa stands up. She moves through the base like she is in a dream. She gathers the few personal items that each of them brought to this planet. She gathers the research that she has been conducting. She gathers the evidence of their survival and their suffering. Then she walks back to the Endeavor. As she steps onto the ship, she looks back at Prime one more time. She thinks about the 2 years she spent there. She thinks about the world that will never know how much she learned in the darkness of the mining base. She thinks about David, who will never see home again. The ship lifts off the planet. The mining base shrinks below them. Commander is still waiting in orbit, his ship silent and still. The commander watches as the Endeavour climbs back into space. Contacts again. Commander, we have successfully extracted the survivors. We are preparing to depart this sector. I know, replies. I have watched your ship retrieve the humans. I have observed that 2 of them did not survive. This troubles me. I had hoped that all 4 would live. But this is the nature of rescue. Sometimes you arrive too late. Yes, says, but we arrived in time for some. We did not leave them to be forgotten on a dead planet. This is true, says. Proceed to your home, human captain. Tell your people what happened here. Tell them that the Empire has taken note of what humans are capable of. Tell them that humans have earned the respect of our military. When you reach your colony, send a message to my command. I wish to speak with your governor about future relations between our peoples. Humanity is stronger than the believed. Perhaps humanity is stronger than you believed as well. The Endeavour jumps to hyperspace. Prime vanishes behind them. Sarah is in the medical bay, alive and being treated, and David are in the cargo hold, honored by the crew that retrieves them, and Lisa stands on the observation deck, watching the stars stretch as the ship accelerates to its journey home. Comes and stands beside her. They do not speak for a long time. Sometimes there are no words that fit the moment. Sometimes you just stand with another person and acknowledge that you both survived something that could have destroyed you. Finally, Lisa speaks, "Thank you for coming." "I could not leave you behind," says. "I do not know how to explain it better than that. I am a human. You are human. We do not leave our own in the darkness." Lisa nods. She understands now. She understands what it means to be human in a galaxy that is watching to see what humans really are. The ceremony takes place in the government center of New Seattle. The chamber is large and filled with important people. There are human military officers and government officials. There are also representatives from multiple alien species. Word has spread through the galaxy about what happened on Prime. Everyone wants to know what the humans did. Everyone wants to know what humans are really capable of. Governor Hayes stands at the podium. She wears the formal clothes of her office. She has been the leader of this colony since its beginning. She has made decisions that have kept humans alive. Now, she is about to speak about a decision that has changed the relationship between humans and the galaxy. 3 weeks ago, Governor Hayes begins, we received a distress signal from Prime. The signal came from Dr. Lisa Monroe and 3 other humans who had been abandoned by the collective during a military conflict. The signal was sent on an illegal frequency. It was hidden and desperate. Receiving that signal put us in a difficult position. We had made an agreement with the collective that we would not interfere with their operations. We had promised to maintain peaceful relations. We had promised not to take action that would disrupt the balance in this sector of space. Governor Hayes pauses. She looks across the assembly. Everyone is watching her carefully. We chose to break that agreement, she says. We chose to launch a rescue operation. We did this knowing that there would be consequences. We did this knowing that the collective would be angry. We did this knowing that trade might be cut off. We did this knowing that our colony might face isolation. But we made this choice because we are human, and humans do not leave their own behind. It is who we are. It is what defines us as a species. The chamber is very quiet. Some of the human representatives are nodding. Some of the alien representatives are looking at each other with surprise. Captain Griffin led the rescue mission, Governor Hayes continues. His crew faced opposition from the collective. They traveled across dangerous space. They put themselves at risk, and they succeeded in bringing back the survivors, but not all survived, and David died on Prime before we could reach them. They died alone. They died forgotten. But they did not die because we abandoned them. They died despite our best efforts to save them. This is a difference that matters. Governor Hayes turns and gestures to where Lisa Monroe stands. Lisa comes forward. She is thinner than she was before the abandonment. She has seen things that have marked her, but her eyes are clear and strong. Dr. Lisa Monroe, Governor Hayes says, you sent a signal into the darkness and asked if anyone would answer. We answered, not because we are powerful, not because we are the strongest species in the galaxy. We answered because we are human, and it is the nature of humans to save their own kind. What do you wish to say to the galaxy? Lisa approaches the podium. She has not prepared a speech. She is not sure what words are appropriate. She just knows what she needs to say. I want to talk about being left behind, Lisa says. Her voice is steady. The collective abandoned us on Prime. They did this because they saw us as less valuable than their ship. They saw us as less important than their safety. This is a view that many species have about humans. We are seen as weak. We are seen as emotional. We are seen as beings who make bad decisions because we care about things beyond profit and safety. And this is true. We do care about things beyond profit and safety. We care about each other. This is not a weakness. This is our strength. Lisa looks directly at the alien representatives. I am asking the galaxy to understand something, she says. Humans are not weak because we value loyalty. We are not deficient because we choose compassion. We are not inferior because we will take risks to save the people we love. These things make us strong. These things make us worthy of respect. The collective learned this lesson. They learned that when they abandoned humans, humans did not sit down and wait to die. When they abandoned humans, humans reached out and called for help. When they abandoned humans, other humans crossed a galaxy to answer that call. That is what humans are. That is who we are as a people. The chamber fills with sound. Some people are applauding. Some alien representatives are speaking to each other in urgent tones. Lisa steps back from the podium, comes forward and stands beside her. They stand together and watch as the galaxy begins to understand what humans really are. Then a hologram appears in the chamber. It is Commander of the Empire. His image is large and imposing. When he speaks, his voice fills the room. I am Commander, he says. I observed the human rescue mission from Prime. I watched humans face opposition from the collective. I watched humans refuse to turn back. I watched humans value the lives of their own over the safety of their mission. This is behavior that I respect. This is behavior that matches the code of honor that the Empire follows. I have come to inform the human colony and the galaxy that the Empire wishes to establish formal diplomatic relations with humanity. We wish to do this based on mutual respect and shared values of honor and loyalty. The humans have shown themselves to be a people of character. We will stand with humanity against those who seek to harm you. The hologram fades. The chamber becomes very loud. Aliens and humans both are speaking and pointing and discussing what they have just heard. Commander of the Empire has just changed the status of humanity in the galaxy. They are no longer a minor species to be dismissed. They are recognized as worthy of respect. They are recognized as beings of honor. Lisa and walk out of the government center together. The ceremony continues behind them, but Lisa wants to walk under the sky of harmony. She wants to breathe the air of a human world. She wants to feel the sun on her face. They walk through the central plaza of New Seattle. The plaza is beautiful. There are fountains and gardens. There are people sitting and talking. There are children playing without fear. This is what humans have built in this corner of space. This is what humans are trying to create, a place where people are valued, a place where no one is left behind. Lisa looks up at the sky. The stars are visible even in the daylight. One of those stars is Prime, circling somewhere far away. Two of her friends are never coming back from that place, but she came back. Sarah will recover. They will rebuild their lives. They will tell their story. They will make sure that the galaxy knows what happened to them and why humans responded the way they did. We changed something, says. He is looking up at the sky as well. The Empire recognizes us as beings of honor now. The collective is embarrassed. Other species are questioning what they thought they knew about humans. We changed the galaxy with one rescue mission. No, Lisa says. We did not change anything. We revealed what was always true. Humans have always been this way. We have always valued each other. We have always been willing to sacrifice for our own kind. The galaxy is just beginning to notice. The galaxy is just beginning to understand that when you call for help, humans will answer. When you are in darkness, humans will come looking for you. When you are abandoned, humans will not forget you. They stand together in the plaza. Around them, the city moves with the gentle rhythm of human life. People are living and loving and creating. People are building a future in a galaxy that is watching them with new eyes. Lisa thinks about David. She thinks about how they will be remembered. She thinks about how their deaths will not be forgotten. She thinks about how the collective tried to erase what happened on Prime, and instead, they created a story that will be told for generations. She thinks about how humans are defined by their choices. The chose to abandon people. Humans chose to rescue them. The chose profit and safety. Humans chose compassion and honor, and the galaxy finally understands the difference. The sun sets over New Seattle. The sky turns purple and gold. Stars begin to appear, and somewhere far away in the dark of space, the Empire is preparing to establish peaceful relations with humanity. Somewhere, other species are reconsidering what they thought they knew about human weakness. Somewhere, the message is spreading through the galaxy. Humans do not leave their own behind. Humans are strong because they care. Humans are worthy of respect because they choose compassion. Lisa Monroe closes her eyes and breathes the air of her home. She survived Prime. She survived abandonment. She survived the darkness. And she lived to tell the galaxy what it means to be human. In the distance, a ship descends from the sky. It is bringing humans home. It is bringing them back from the edges of known space. It is bringing them home to a world that understands now that no human should ever be left alone in the dark. The future is uncertain, but humans will face it together, because that is what humans do. That is who humans are.